All right. Hey, what's going on, social media family? I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I got something good that I want to share with you. And hopefully this video, whenever you're watching it, it finds you in a great place. You know, recently I've been talking to a lot of people, and my wife and I, we have a church. We also have the Roar Apostolic Network. I talk to a lot of people in ministry, a lot of people in business, a lot of people in life that I'm like their apostle, and so that we're in this network, and then also a lot of people in our health coaching business with Optavia. But I've been talking to a whole lot of people this week, and that's what I do during the week is I really get in people's lives and I help them move forward. In fact, people ask me all the time, "What do you do for a living, Joe?" I say I move people forward. And so something I've noticed about people right now is there's two types of people. Okay. And I had a guy call me this morning. And when he called me, he said, "Man, what's up?" And by the tone of his voice, I could tell you this guy was on cloud nine. And I said, "My brother, how's it going? Life is great." And he said, "Man, if I was doing any better, I'd be you." I'd be like, "Hang on now, that's pretty good." And so we're just talking back and forth. And he's just saying, "Man, God has been so good to me." He was talking about the favor and the blessing and everything that God was doing. And then I had another guy call me and he said, "Joe Joe Dawson, what's up?" And I said, "What's up, friend?" And he said, "I'm so excited about life right now." We just started talking for a little bit. Then I got people in our network I was talking to, and man, they are having an amazing last few months. They're talking about life. They're talking about ministry. They're talking about their business. They're talking about their marriage and how God is blessing them. And then every now and then I talk to somebody that's just like, life is horrible. Life is wretched. I'm like, whoa, what happened here? And what I'm experiencing right now is there's two types of people. The people that are doing really, really good and the people that are doing really, really bad. And so I just spent a little extra time today and in prayer. And I was asking the Lord, like, "God, what's going on?" I talked to so many people in our church, our network, and health coaching, and I'm huge in entrepreneuring. So I talked to a lot of different people. And it's like, that's the only opinions right now. Things are beyond blessed. The favor of God is overflowing, or just go to rock bottom, take a right, and go down. I mean, those type of people. And so what I really felt as I was praying from the Lord is this: it's your mindset. It is how you are viewing things. Like I saw the last week on like social media, people are saying stuff like, if 2020, was candy, it'd be black licorice, or if 2020 was, and they're talking about how bad it was. And I just get on there, I'm super excited. I'm like, 2020 has been the greatest year of my life. 2020 has been phenomenal. It has been good on so many fronts, because I know that when the world is in calamity, that God's doing something. I want to find out what God is doing, and I'm going to jump in with the Lord, and I'm going to be in the midst of what God is doing. So let me ask you, are you in the midst of what God's doing? I don't care what it looks like in Egypt. If you got the Goshen factor on your life, you're going to be okay. The Bible says that when the plagues hit, there was darkness that covered Egypt, but not in Goshen. The swarm of the flies and the locusts came upon Egypt, but not in Goshen. There was a famine in the land, but not in Goshen. And when you're walking with the Lord like that, you got to understand that God is looking for somebody that can grab a hold of the mind of the Lord. They can grab a hold of what God is doing and what God is saying. And those are the people that are going to move forward. And if you're like really, really bad right now, man, I'm telling you, you can turn things around. Let me read some word to you. This is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Put my glasses on so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 in the Passion. Trust in the Lord completely and do not rely on your own opinions. Listen, Quit looking at the news on Fox and CNN and all those crazy places. Don't lean onto a news anchor's opinion. Don't even try to justify what's going on in America and try to figure it out. Lean on what God is saying right now. Trust in the Lord completely and do not rely on your own opinion. With all of your heart, rely on him to guide you, and he will lead you as you make every single decision. Verse 6, become intimate with the Lord in everything that you do, and he will lead you wherever you are supposed to go. And do not think for a moment that you know it all. Friends, I'm telling you, this is the season that we've got to be like John the Beloved, okay? John the Beloved put his head on Christ's chest. Therefore, he knew what was going on. I'm Joe Joe the Beloved. I'm having a good time. You know, somebody asked me this morning, they called me and said, hey, man, how's church going? I said, I'll be honest, Roar Church is 3 years old, and our last 3 services have been our best 3 services. Somebody said, man, how's it going in the Roar Apostolic Network? I said, man, things are great. We've had 5 people message me in the last 2 days about joining. We were talking, I mean, high quality people. Somebody asked me, the same guy's like, man, how's it going with your health coaching business? I said, our business has grown 500% in the last 5 months, getting people healthy, you know, making, you know, extra finances. The business is blessed. Somebody asked me, how's your rent house business doing? I said, all my houses that I own are paid off. I mean, you know, and somebody says, well, how does that happen for you? Because season after season after season, I pray like it all depends on God, and I work like it all depends on JoJo, okay? Work like it all depends on God, work like it all depends on, pray like it all depends on God, and work like it all depends on me. And if you stay current with God in every season, you're going to be able to hit your mark. You're going to be able to hit your destination. You're going to make it. You're going to be okay. And I want to encourage you today that there's a lot of people that you may be like. This guy called me the other day, and he was in our network, and he said, hey, I want you to pray for me. And then all of a sudden he went into this, like everybody in his family, he had their prayer requests, and he's just like, just pray. I'm struggling. And I said, look, man, you got to up your prayer time. You got to up getting in that word. You got to remind yourself of those prophetic words. Yeah, there's a hard time in America and the nations of the world, but I'm telling you, you know, the Lord's on the throne. We're going to be okay. Things are going to be good. And, you know, it just, you got to know that God is doing something. And I've had so many people over the past 30 days call me and tell me, you're not going to believe what God just told me. He dropped a crucial prophetic word on me. He dropped something powerful inside of my heart. And I know how to move forward in this season. And so when you get into those moments like that with God, you know, God gave me a word about 2 months ago that people over the rest of this summer were going to have deep encounters with God, and those deep encounters would thrust them for the rest of 2020. And 2020, I know it's been rough on a lot of people. A lot of people have had a lot of hardship. A lot of people have had, you know, just calamity and confusion and different things. And, you know, I have a lot of sympathy for them. You know, I'm a compassionate person. But I'll also tell you, just because a lot of people are going through that doesn't mean everybody's going through it. 2020 has been one of the greatest years of my life. My wife and I, we've been blessed on so many different areas. God has came through in so many areas, you know, and one thing is we turned the TV off, and, you know, I don't need the fear box on. I'm not listening to what people are saying. I'm listening to what God is saying. And I'll tell you what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the Lord say, I'm doing more in America than anybody could ever even imagine. It is the year of the voice, the year of the roar. So you got to understand this. If it's the year of the roar, one thing you got to understand is, putting the mask on to cover the face. That's what the world wants to do. The world wants to cover the roar, but the roar of God is about to be heard. You hear people coming out of the woodworks right now, voicing their opinion, especially on social media. And I'm going to tell you, Some people are voicing their opinion that you're going to like. Other people are voicing their opinion that you're not going to like. It's okay. People are saying what they believe. Why? Because it is the year of the voice. But what I want you to understand is it says in Isaiah that victory is for those that turn back the battle of the gate. Now, there's one social media forum that I refuse to really get on because they're just negative, okay? I'm not going to put my eyes upon it. I don't want to listen to what anybody's saying. And so I'm not going to feed myself with that. I'm not going to feed myself with negativity, you know, and I just have this is a personal standard that I have. I'm not going to be around people that are negative. I'm not going to be around people that make excuses. I don't care how we are connected in life. If you're constantly negative, if you are constantly making excuses, you know, I just don't do that. And I just believe in the power of our word. I just believe in just, you know, keeping the mind set on the things that God said. Whenever God gives you a prophetic word, the enemy's job is to come against that word and fight you every way that he can to try to get you to stop. But you got to understand that the prophetic will of God will come to pass as long as you keep moving forward in it. So this video is about the two types of people that I come in contact with. The ones that life is really, really good, and the people that life is really, really bad. And I don't have time to talk to the people that life is really, really bad. And so recently there's some people that my wife and I really care about, and their life is really, really bad right now. And I jumped in on a few of them and really helped them work through the process. And when we were done, I mean, I'll be honest with you, you can't hang out with me and not be happy and positive and motivated. I mean, I'm kind of like a spirit-filled motivational speaker. But, you know, my enthusiasm is hopefully catching for a lot of people. But, you know, I was saying, you know, hey, everything that's got you down is because you're listening to the news and it's fear-based. The word says, for God did not give you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So if you're watching the news all the time and fear's coming up on you, that's not of God. But when you're reading this word right here, you're going to get some power, love, and a sound mind. So I jumped in with a few people that I really care about, and this is what people do. They'll call me in our Apostolic Network. I answer my phone, or my kids and my wife got me these amazing babies right here for Father's Day or my birthday, one of the two, I forgot. But they got them for me, and I put these in. I'm talking to people. They're like, help me dissect this. Help me work through this. And I'm talking to these people in our network because that's what we do. And every time they will say, man, I was watching on the news and they said this, this, and this. And I said, whoa, but that does not line up with what I'm hearing in my spirit from God. So you got to understand that the kingdom of God is the ruler of this age. Now, when that happens, you got to always think what the word says in Matthew 6:10. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But what happens a lot of times is people want to try to figure things out in the natural realm. What did I just read in that scripture a while ago? Don't get your natural opinions mixed up in the equation when God is trying to speak. Why is that important? It's important because what God is saying is never going to match up with what the world is doing. And so I want to be around the people that life is really, really good to right now. You know, I've been talking to some people who joined our health coaching program with us, and they quit their job within a year. I've been talking to some people who launched a ministry and it's going good. And then I talked to other people who are just down in the dumps. And I'm telling you, wherever you are looking is where you are going to be headed. You know, you heard people like when you were taking driver's training as a kid. Now, if someone says, oh, look at those cows on the side of the road. If you look over here like this, you're going to end up in the pasture over there. Keep your eyes on the road and keep your eyes on the prophetic word that God has for you, because this is a really good season. Listen to me, friends. This is a really, really, really good season. It's a really good season. Okay. It's a good season. I don't care what the world says. I look at my personal life and I see what all God is doing in my personal life. I'm so thankful for the things of God, what he's doing. You know, I was talking to somebody just a little while ago and they were talking about life and how things weren't working out. And I said, hey man, listen, I was in your spot a few years ago, but I kept going. I held on to my prophetic words and I came on through. Then I was talking to somebody in ministry and they were like, man, I'm just struggling in our ministry. This is where we're at. I don't know what to do. I got a vision, but things aren't working. I said, hey man, let me tell you something. I was there 5 years ago. I know exactly what you're saying, but I tell you where I am today. I kept going. I held on to my prophetic words. I busted through. I know people do health coaching in the same organization we do. They're like, man, I've been doing it for a while and it's just not working for me. And I say, hey, I know what you're talking about. I understand, but now this is where I am today because I didn't quit. Sometimes you simply just cannot allow yourself to quit. You got to keep going. I know so many people who spiritually they struggle and they keep going around the same mountain. Whenever you overcome an obstacle or a roadblock, you don't have to go back through that again. You know, you're going to be okay. Keep going, keep growing, and you'll do everything that God has called you to. Because where I want to be in life is I want to be around the people who life is really, really good. See, when life is really, really good, that means that you've got a lot of victories with the Lord. And whenever you go through a hardship, you know that you're going to be okay. You know you're going to come out better on the other side. So keep going, my friends. Don't stop praying for you. I tell everybody on these videos, go to our website, jojoedawson.net. And if you want prayer, go on there, go to the contact connect button, hit it, and then we will be able to be in touch with you. Send your prayer request in. I personally read every single one of them, and I'll pray for you. Also, if you want more information about our health coaching business, I would love to help you become healthy through this amazing program. And if you want connection through our Aurora Apostolic Network, if you're looking for somebody to run alongside you with in partnership, you know, reach out to us. So there's how you can connect with us. I don't want to be somebody on social media that just talks a lot, but doesn't have a way that people can connect. I love connecting with people, and I talk to a lot of people on a regular basis daily. So I hope you have a great day. Love you guys, and y'all stay blessed.